This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Nate Jones, possibly the new closer for 2014. Then we do trivia, the 2013 title match from Salerno's, a very good game. And then we have basketball coverage of the Chicago Bulls. The All-Star break is over, you know. And we finish with a flashback. Jose Valentin, shortstop of yesteryear. This week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago sports teams are making news, it's the 25th year of the Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You better get to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub for Benkowski Trivia. Next, Friday, Feb 28 at 6 p.m. Eat, drink, and play. Easy to reach, 10339 South Ridgeland. It's a great place, and it's aided by the Benkowski Trivia. See you over there. Wax on, wax off, salon and spa. I'm getting my hair cut there, 312-226-1473, 1044 West Taylor. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. The T-Wax Company, real estate investments, a chance for you to buy Chicagoland properties and have profit opportunities since 1985. Call my friend Mr. Thomas at 773-456-3057. Make money. The T-Wax Company. Jukebox Billiards, 25% off on all new pool tables and shuffleboards, official supplier of the United Center. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, table moving and recovering. Call them at 219-836-2550 in Munster. JukeboxBilliards.com, a great place. Jukebox Billiards for all your billiard needs. You got to check out Mr. C's Midway Bar at 4654 West 63rd Street. You know, they're open till 2 a.m. every day. They got the best Bloody Marys, and I know I've had them. Great neighborhood prices, a fun place to be. We'll have a video shoot for the Blackhawks coming up one of these weeks. Stay tuned for that. Calabria Imports, great Italian food, and a fine deli. Mention this TV ad for 10% off of your order. They've got catering and fine sandwiches at 1905 West 103rd Street. You got to check out Calabria Imports. Last time there, I got some sausages, some very fine foods of all kinds. Calabria Imports, 1905 West 103rd Street. Back at the Palmer House, Sox Fest 2014. The media portion is wrapped up. The rest of it's going full-blown. But right now, I want to talk some pitching. And a guy who's impressed me from the bullpen in both 2012 and 2013, and he wants to put it together for a full season and could change jobs, is Mr. Nate Jones. And we don't allude to it initially in the interview, but I worked my way into that. You know, the White Sox got rid of their closer, and although you would think that was a bad thing, there's plenty of fine arms in this young bullpen, somebody who can jump into that job. And Mr. Nate Jones could be that guy. We're back on the Spotlight at Sox Fest 2014, and always great excitement, even though the brutal weather we're having here in Chicago, but it's warming to make us think of baseball season, and just want to get your feelings about going into this spring training where, I guess, to be blunt, it's got to be better than last year.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot more excitement with this team. We got a whole new offense almost, and we got new guys in the bullpen. It's just going to be a new face to the team. So we're excited to see what we have and ready to get after it.
Well, the backbone of last year's team was the pitching. I mean, it was so frustrating for people on the outside looking in, and certainly from the inside, where you kept the team in so many games, and then you kind of lose it late or something like that. Really, you guys need to do a lot of what you just did last year, and with increased offense, you should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, no one's putting any more pressure on us or on the hitters or anything like that. Everybody just knows that they just have to do their job, and that's what it's going to take to win.
Personally, what was your season like? How would you compare it to 2012, and what particular things do you want to work on?
I think my season was a lot different. I started off last year in 13 a little bit rough. The first month and a half or so was up and down. I just couldn't get consistent, but once I found it, off it went. But and that was a lot different. I didn't struggle too much in 2012, which that helped me a lot just to learn from that adversity of 2013. And so, I learned just to no matter what, just keep throwing strikes, keep going after the hitters, and never give up.
Was there a veteran in the bullpen or two, or a coach that kept you on track when you were, maybe having a few crises of confidence?
Oh, absolutely. We had Matt Lindstrom, Jesse Crane, and Matt Thornton last year. I mean, and Bobby Thigpen, who was a big-time reliever himself. They all just kept with me. They're like, keep going at it, keep doing what you're doing, and it'll work itself out. And sure enough, it did.
Yeah, it is great to have that veteran presence that they've seen it all, they've done it all, and what you think is just a monumental thing, they can say, it's a new day tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. They said it's just a little bump in the road, to keep going and just know that you can do it and get these guys out. That's what they kept saying.
Well, I think maybe more than many other sports, baseball, with all the failure opportunities and how you do have to be mentally strong, and when you're a relief pitcher, forget Tuesday when you're pitching on Wednesday. The mental side of it sometimes more important than the physical side.
Absolutely. They call it having a short-term memory. As soon as the game's over, you got to forget that game and prepare for the next one. And so you just got to be smart about that and not get caught up on like, I should have thrown this pitch, I should have thrown that pitch. You just got to. It's already happened. It's done. It's over with. Focus on the next game.
One thing that I have found with some relievers, though, as they're in the league of 3-4 years, and they've been seen by many of the premier hitters, sometimes they want to add a little something. Maybe add a pitch to give that hitter in the eighth inning one more thing to think about. And are any progress on that front?
Well, no. I'm just so far just sticking to what works for me. Fastball slider combination really works, and then mixing in the changeup every once in a while, and every once in a blue moon that curveball. But I mean, it's nothing. Nothing has changed really.
Well, I'll send opposing hitters that curveball reference, and so in effect they will have one more thing to think about. Any predictions about this team? Is it a 500 team? Is it a team with a playoff run in it?
I mean, our goal every year is to make it to the playoffs. We're going to work hard, and like I said, it's a new face to the team, a bunch of new guys on the team. So I'm excited just about as everybody else is to see what we have and the energy we're going to bring to the field every day.
Are the roles defined yet, or what do you see shaking out in spring training? And is there any chance your role could change?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no clue. All we can do is prepare like every other year. Come in, throwing strikes, getting guys out, and the roles will work itself out.
Well, I guess I'll just be blunt then. The closer has been traded, so I mean, it wouldn't be a role that you wouldn't mind, would it?
Oh, absolutely not. Everybody, like I've said before, once you make it to the big leagues, everybody as a reliever, you kind of want that closer role because it's the last three outs. Everybody wants to be that guy, that most important guy to close the game down. And so, absolutely wouldn't mind it, but I haven't changed anything that I've done. I'm just going to come in spring training, attack, and throw strikes.
Well, something you just said makes me think that you're a premier candidate, because to tell you the truth, from the people I've talked to, not everybody wants that job. Some people are content pitching the 7th and 8th, and some people break down and don't do well in the 9th inning. But you see yourself as a guy who can mentally handle that 9th.
Absolutely. I think all the guys in the bullpen have that mental capability. It's going to come down right now as a competition in spring training, I do believe. And, we're all rooting for each other, and whoever doesn't win the job, they know they're going to do the best at their job. If it's a 6th, 7th, or 8th inning role, it doesn't matter what, but we want to do what's best for the team.
Well, I'm kind of rooting for you, because I'm gonna on a 3-2 count late in a bottom of the 9th type situation. I wouldn't mind seeing that Kentucky fastball coming in at about 101.
There we go.
Do that, would you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you in spring training.
All right.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
You've got to get to the Cove. Benkowski Trivia there on Wednesdays, you know. February 26th and March 12th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game, easy to reach. 1750 East 55th Street, right over by the lake. Get to the Cove for fun times, including Benkowski Trivia on Wednesdays, coming up about 8 o'clock. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly they come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. For a great meal, get to Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily, private parties and catering, a unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties brought to you by the great chef Eusebio Garcia. They're at 46th and Halsted. I've had great meals there, and you will too. Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. You've got to get to Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie like I do. Tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll quickly diagnose your problem and fix it at a very fair cost. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. We're back on the spotlight, and we're showing you trivia action from the Benkowski Trivia Title Match 2013 at Salerno's. Let's take it away with the next question.
Blue Jasmine is a movie featuring this actress, CB. Five seconds. Going. Catherine Brock. Interesting. We go to Jax. Kate Blanchett is correct. All right. It's a 180 value. Brings you to 1280. Team Cobblestone. 5-word answer. TV show. Kate Mulgrew rules the prison. Orange is the new black is correct. Wow. No hesitation there. So you bump to 1,600. And with just 3 questions left per team, these are the scores. You got Shy Sharks and J&B at 1,750. You got Team Cobblestone at 1,600. You got Morningwood at 1,520. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got Jax at 1,280. You got We're Still Here at 860. And Funky Monkey 430. But if you get 3 right, anything can happen. All right, I'll clean up the board. You can take one last break. A slightly different format for the end of the game. I'm going to tell, here's what we're going to do. I want to tell you up front how this is going to work. I don't want one team to have 3 weeks to mull over the answer and the possibilities. So each team will learn the topics seconds before they play it. And here's how that's going to work. 1, 2, or 3 of your players will come up and see me before your selection. I'll tell you what's left. And then you go back to your team after you've selected, and you'll play it immediately. But this cuts down on the advantage of later teams working it out with a pencil or otherwise. All right, so take your break. We're going to try this format. I kind of like it. We start the final round with the Shy Sharks. You know where they are, back over by there. You did the Roman numeral thing, right? Okay, just making sure I had it right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, playing random Super Bowls. Let's hear it for the Shy Sharks. Question number 1. Super Bowl at the Pontiac Silverdome, January 82. Who beat who? San Francisco beat Cincinnati is correct for 500 points. Question number 2. 75 points combined in Super Bowl 29. Who beat who? 49ers over Chargers is correct. You have 1,500. Question number 3. In the 2000s, the lowest scoring Super Bowl and the exact score, who won, who lost? Five seconds. Going. Out of time.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700.
And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too.
That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Easy to reach, 6353 West 79th Street. On Thursdays, $1.50 Miller and Old Style. Trivia alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. They have $15 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day. Little Frank's on 79th.
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did.
We're back on the spotlight. It's time to talk Bulls. They've been amazing, given all the losses on the roster, and they just find a way to win many games and be a competitive, playoff-bound team in the NBA, albeit weak, East. Rarely do you find Coach in a good mood, but we did, and you take advantage in these situations. So with the break looming at the time we hit the videotape, he was a little bit relaxed, started digressing into what he would do during the break, and here's a little snippet of that. It's a rare look into the coach who doesn't talk about himself very much, but enjoy this.
When you've seen the way Taj has played lately, is it tough to limit his minutes in any way, shape, or form?
His minutes are going to be fine. They're going to be, about where they normally are. We had to extend them because obviously you're losing a big that, is a big part of the team. So his minutes had to go up and Joe's minutes had to go up. We'll see how it unfolds. But, for us to achieve what we want to achieve, Carlos has to play. And he's got a big role on this team.
With all the things that have happened to your club this season, I would think you would appreciate a little break time here as much as anybody. What about that?
Yeah, it's the time of the year, it's, you don't want to go on break early. It's important to finish strong here. We have to be locked in. And then when the time comes to take the break, I think it's good for the players to sort of re-energize. So it's, when you're around 50 games, it's good to have a break like that.
I meant more for you.
Oh, for me? Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm actually, I'm excited about the break because there's a lot of things I want to get done.
And it's all basketball, right?
Yes, it is. I will take in a couple movies, though.
There are no date with fashion models. That's
Yeah, you'll get. I don't think you guys have to worry about that.
Can you share your movie choices?
I want to see the one on Wall Street. I want to get to that one. That's my first one. I love it. Maybe Ron will want to go.
What do you want your players to do on this break? Just to get off their feet, or
Yeah, just I don't want them to go on break early though. That's the important thing. It's for them, we have to finish strong here. We know how hard and how well Brooklyn's playing, and the challenge is at this time of the year is to remain focused. So we have to finish this strong, and then you go into the break, get a little bit of rest, but then you have to make sure you're ready when you come back. You can't come back and be on break. So the important thing for us is continue to go step by step. It's all a process, and whatever you're facing at that particular time, maximize whatever it is that you're looking at. So tonight, be ready for Brooklyn. Then after that, worry about what comes next, and just go step by step.
what's been the biggest turnaround for Brooklyn during this stretch that they've
Health, getting guys back. I think that's been the big thing. When you look at their overall depth, it's a very, very deep team, and I think when you put that many new guys together, it takes a little bit of time, but they're built really well. They're built to withstand injury, and they're shooting the ball well. They have a lot of guys that break it down off the dribble. They have a lot of guys that play multiple positions, and they've got a lot of experience. When you look at the makeup of their team, you have several Hall of Fame players on that team. So it'll be a good test for us.
You mentioned Brooklyn. I think last year during the playoffs, one of the things many people pointed out was a toughness issue, and the way that they bounced back from the Brook Lopez injury. I think 14-5 in 2014. Does that sort of show a level of toughness to lose a guy like that and come together?
Well, I don't know, all of their guys, but I do know Pierce and Garnett, and they are as tough as they come. So I know their makeup. I know Jason a little bit. I know his makeup. They got a lot of toughness on that team. So, I don't think last year really has anything to do with this year. And then you have to look at, a guy like Karolinko, Darren Williams. That team they got a lot of weapons.
Coach, you've got a kind of a mad scramble here for playoff position between a lot of teams that have records that are pretty much similar here. Is somebody going to jump out of the pack here? You could be third, fourth, you could be second or eighth.
Yeah, and again, I think the challenge is not to get lost. Not to look too far ahead. Don't look behind.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Riley's Trick Shop. Of course, they had Halloween costumes. They still have football strip cards, custom T-shirts. Just ordered some myself. Gag gifts, tricks, jokes, magic kits. Their new location is 8086 West 111th Street in Palos Hills. Check them out, Riley's Trick Shop. They also have Santa stuff for you late-minute shoppers. Riley's Trick Shop, a great place with a lot of cool stuff. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State,
a fun place. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years, excellence, top billiard tables, the place where the action is, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet in Munster.
We're back in the spotlight, and we are going back 14 years in time in the Wayback Machine. I'm talking to Jose Valentin, fine shortstop, mostly offensively, for the White Sox at the time, and he talks about his team of that era.
Sometimes they're gonna get a little bit fancy in the mound, and they're gonna need some offense. So I think that's the biggest key for us in the offense. Try to be on base more time we can. If we on base a lot of times, we're gonna score some runs because those guys behind us like Frankie Maglo, they're gonna drive some runs. So and they like it. That's the way they want it. Keep to find somebody on base so they can drive some runs. And I bet you if we can do that, everybody's gonna be happy.
Who impresses you amongst the young pitchers and the starting staff? And are you in a position, are you here long enough to go and be the guy who settles them down when you see them get a little bit shaky?
Well, so far I've been see the Skip Wells. He's a guy that he got everything for to be a pitcher, a winning pitcher in baseball. He got his fastball. He's throw hard, pretty good breaking ball. Sometimes you just try to throw the balls, overpower, try to throw too hard. But it's something natural in a guy with not sprints, and that's where you have to stay away from those situations. You got to be the same guy, and just try to play the game and try to teammates and make your teammate help you out. Like the guys who are playing behind you, like the outfielders in the infield. You can do everything by yourself. Sometimes you gotta ask for help, and that's where we had to. That's where we are backing, being right behind him to help. To try to make this job easier. And like I said, we have to just try to stay together and just have fun in there and try to play the game the way it's supposed to be.
How about a young guy like Carlos Lee, where you see him maybe a little bit, he gets a little bit wild with his swinging. He tends to maybe swing at the bad pitch sometimes. Can you go to him and speak a little Spanish and tell him to calm down?
Oh yeah, as a teammate, you gotta help your teammates, and that is something that not because I think I got more experience than him, but I want him to do good because he's not gonna do it for him by himself. He's gonna do it for the team, and that's why everybody been doing it. Everybody been doing the same way. We've been communicating each other. We're gonna help it out as a group, and that's the way it's supposed to be. If we continue to do that, we're gonna be fine.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck. There's a great history here with the Latino shortstop going back to Chico Carrascal and Louis Aparicio and Ozzie Guillen before you. So we wish you to continue that fine tradition.
Well, and especially myself, I like to be one of those Latin shortstop that plays for many years in the White Sox organization, and that's what I'm in for. To try to do my best and try to help the team to win.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.